Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. All
It took
right.
it a second.
So we're gonna give people a few minutes or a few seconds to get out of advertisement la la land.
Oops.
Don't know what that was.
Apparently that was an ad. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Close.
Did you just
Sorry.
close the whole thing? Oh.
No.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Goodness. We're so disorganized tonight. I'll tell you why in just a second. Okay. I'm not going to be able to keep up with the chat here. So, hello, 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 everyone.
Hey, Kate. Hey, Christy.
We have had an eventful day. Abby's schedule has changed for the time being. She's getting off work at 7 now, so she worked today. So that's why we put our live stream off until 8 p.m. tonight. Central.
Dawn.
We're in Central Time. So if you're not in Central Time, you're probably going to go, "What the heck is he talking about?" But no,
Most people do that anyway.
we went to a school board meeting.
Yeah.
And even though we don't have any kids in brick and mortar public school here in our parish is like a county. Louisiana does its own thing. Don't know why we call them parishes, but we do. So anyway,
Monica says good evening from Bossier City. That's not very far away.
We listened to several concerned parents talking about the governor's mask mandate in the schools. And I have to say that I side with them because they weren't saying no to the mask necessarily. They were saying we want the freedom to choose.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're asking for the school board to accept the medical exemptions for the mask, which they are not doing. And from what I understand, that was said tonight, out of 64 parishes in Louisiana, ours is the only one that is not sending kids home for not having a mask. They are segregating them from other students and putting them either in front of a screen, or they're given old workbooks and old books. And one of the kids had to color for several hours. Color pages. So basically they're being denied an education.
Not only that, but they're being brainwashed while they're in there. They're continuously asked, do you want to wear a mask so you can go play with your friends?
Right.
Or coloring a picture of a kid with a mask on. It's just constant brainwashing, and I'm so sick of it. So sick of it. At the end of the meeting, we had to watch the last of the meeting. Someone was live streaming it. We weren't able to stay for the whole thing. There was an attorney who stood up and referred to a specific law that was passed last year by the Louisiana legislature. In a nutshell, giving the governor ultimate authority when he declares a state of emergency. So that's where we stand now as Louisiana citizens. We have no freedoms.
Right. In about a week, I imagine all of this is out the window. They'll just do what they want. And that's why people are fighting. It is discrimination against kids with disabilities, kids with medical issues. There's been kids that are having trouble with eczema on their face due to the masks. They're having kids with asthma and things like that getting, respiratory illnesses and stuff due to the masks. So
the only way to assert yourself now, if you're a parent in Louisiana, and I'm going to come out right and say this, the only way to assert your authority as a parent of your own child is to pull that child from public school.
Yep.
We did it 8 years ago. We were way ahead of the curve. Technically, Abby's still in public school, but she's not in a brick and mortar public school. She attends an online charter school. That's going to be the way to keep your freedom, as long as you can still do that.
Right.
Before that gets attacked.
Start a petition to strip the governor of his power. Michigan did, but then she used the health department. There was a petition last year going around, and I'm not sure exactly what went on with that. It was
recall.
It was to recall the governor, but
no,
nothing really came about it. I don't think they had quite enough signatures or whatever.
From what I understand, the petition was mismanaged. The recall, it could have passed, but it just wasn't enough. So
that's the page that we were. The meeting was live streamed on that page tonight, Monica.
Yeah, we're part of that group, Monica, and the one specifically for our parish.
Right.
Catahoula Lake, Louisiana, near Possum Point. Hello, Ben, everything. Good to see you again.
They're trying to recall our governor too, but because he won't mandate the mask. Oh my goodness. New York governor resigned. Yeah, I knew about that, Allison.
Yo, I'm telling you, freedom is under attack.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think I'm kidding, give it a week.
You'll see it. And that's why the title of the stream is Prep Like Your Life Depends on It. Because it really, truly does.
Thorhaven, welcome. Yeah, we're not doing great.
I have to go get some coffee.
Not in the best moods, but yeah. It's time. It's time, guys. I titled this stream Prep Like Your Life Depends on It. It does. Mm-hmm. It does. I was talking to a friend this morning, a fellow coworker, and he's also a prepper. He's got an off-grid cabin up in Wisconsin. I'm so jealous of that. But, you know, we both agreed, you know, we saw prepping as sort of a hobby and hoped that we would never have to rely on it. But, you know, we're knocking on the door. Michigan Daffodil. Christina Parks on Telegram. Yeah, that was hidden probably because of that name, I would imagine. Because the censorship is so bad.
Yeah. Yep. Many people can't go into supermarkets because in order to enter, you have to you need to be fully jabbed.
Can you imagine? Imagine trying to explain 2020 and 2021 to your younger self. You would think you were nuts. This just doesn't make any sense.
Well, in some places, you have to have the jabs to be able to go to the gym, to a restaurant, to a bar.
Yeah, New Orleans.
To a supermarket.
New Orleans is doing that. New York City is doing that. I believe San Francisco. When these businesses start losing, when it starts affecting their bottom line, it's going to change big time.
Okay, Lippy is letting the video run, but she has a headache. No problem, Miss Lippy.
Okay. Yeah, I just had to take some ibuprofen because I have a headache, and it's a little better. It's improving. So,
Disco and Big Hair of the 80s is much better than. Yeah, I'd definitely take crazy clothes and crazy hairdos over this mess.
Please be careful, guys, in the chat. Don't use the V word.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I didn't see it. I'm just
it's there.
Warning ahead. Oh yeah, it is there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They're pushing it so much. I don't know that they're actually censoring that. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't even know what to think anymore. I'm so disgusted with it all.
See, Hobby Lobby, the future. What?
Oh, Hobby Lobby lost a court case. They against a a person of one gender who wanted to be or is whatever the person of another gender because they wouldn't let them go to the whatever bathroom they chose. Whatever.
Oh,
I don't know.
God.
It's so dumb. So, all of it is stupid. It's so stupid.
I drove through Santa Rosa, New Mexico 2 days ago, and the town was closed due to no workers.
The whole town?
It's a small town, but wow.
Wow.
And that's what it's coming to. That's what it's coming to.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
$200,000 lawsuit. Yeah.
You're gonna have to start voting with your dollars. That's all it is.
Should have been doing it a long time ago. And
well,
I'm just
we have been doing it. We have been doing it, but we're not conscious of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And basically, if a business requires a mandate or following rules of any kind, don't go there.
Wow, I was just reading Ban Everything's comment there. Good Lord. We need to start our own society. You know, we joke about it. We have been joking about it for longer than we've been on YouTube, which is 3 years. Wow. That we need to just buy a piece of property somewhere and everybody gang up and, start our own society.
I was not allowed to see my doctor face to face and was forced to wait outside and answer about 20 questions.
Isn't that so ridiculous? Yeah, New Zealand shut down after one confirmed case.
Yeah. Well, North Korea
goodness.
They didn't shut down. They shut down the case.
Yeah. What was it? North Korea? That was way back at the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah. North Korea had one reported case and they killed the person.
If you're a business owner, you need to be fully jabbed to open shop.
Where is that?
Probably in New Orleans too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, Five Virgins.
But I mean, that's where bartering and prepping and all those things come in handy.
Yeah, I mean, at least we can hunker down and wait it out for a while. See what happens.
Is Patty Mac in here? Somebody said, yep, there's Patty. Well, hi, Patty. How's all those elderberries coming for you? I feel your pain.
Shutting us down has never been being ill.
About being ill, probably. You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes sense. The world is laughing at the USA. Guys, the USA, and this is not to be offensive to any other country by any means, but the USA is the last stand for freedom in the world. As long as we have the second I'm trying to, as long as we have tools on our hips, let's say that, we're it. Once we give those up, if somebody's stupid enough to give those up, it's done. It's over with. I did see.
Okay, I didn't see story. Where he was from. Or Ban Everything.
Let me see. I'm going to share some stuff.
I may have missed it.
Not that one. This is a comment. And I'm going to have to censor words. I'll have to censor myself so I don't get censored.
No.
But this was a comment that I came across on Facebook in the past few days. It says, okay, now that you mentioned the government, she was talking to someone else. She says, I had a customer yesterday that got a text while my coworker was helping her. It was from the funeral home. Her aunt, however you say it, has died from a lengthy illness. The text said, if we classify her as the CV, the government will pay for her funeral. And this person says, I've had a few people tell me that this has happened in the past year and a half. They had no insurance.
Ban Everything is from Louisiana, LaSalle Parish.
Okay. Yeah, I thought
I didn't realize they were restricting doctor care there. My goodness. Most hospitals are not full. They got rid of a lot of beds and fired nurses to make numbers look worse than they are. Actually, what I'm hearing is that basically everyone that goes into the hospital with the virus that has any trouble at all is they're putting them in ICU. Well, the reason for that is because ICU is their isolation room.
Isolation.
That's why they're filling up. That's why they're talking about ICU beds are full. It's not necessarily the patient needs to be in ICU. They are using that to make the numbers look worse than they are. And I don't doubt that COVID is a real thing. I know it's a real thing. My parents both had it. You know, we've had several family members that have had it, friends that have had it, you know.
Michigan daffodil. That's the one I saw. I remember now. Doctor in Arkansas is refusing to see any unpoked patients. There was a doctor, an eye doctor. I don't think it's relevant.
Relevant?
I just said it the dumb way. I don't think it's relevant to the CV, but a prominent eye doctor here in Lake Charles, in the Lake Charles area, jumped from the bridge. Yeah, he suicided. It was terrible.
Yeah. Depression is a real thing, and I think some of this isolation and and all of this, it really takes its toll on everyone's mental health.
Why do you think they specifically mention gyms with the restrictions? They always specifically mention gyms because they want us fat and lazy. They want us fat, lazy, stupid, and dependent.
Well, I don't need to go to a gym to work out. I need to go outside to work out. But, you know.
I thought you were going to say. Oh, I thought you were going to say something that I would have said which would be, I don't need anybody telling me to be fat and lazy.
No. Just
as long as we're dependent on the system, that's what they want. I forget who it was that said, you know, control the food, control the population.
Yeah.
But smart people like us, and when I say us, I mean all of us here in the chat, we have food stocked away. We have stuff stocked away. We're good. We'll be all right.
Oh, it's not going to be. It's not going to be easy by any means.
No. I got some of the IV drug in case my cow gets worms. I don't want a cow.
It's not for cows, it's for dogs.
Oh, right.
We do have a dog and a cat. Why you can't use it?
We may end up getting a ding for this live stream, but you know what? I'm to the point. If you can't find me here, find me on Cajun Prepsteader here on YouTube or Broussard Homestead on Rumble. Now might be a good time to tell you that. We're also on Facebook, and
I have a wormer for my horse that I don't have. Right?
Yeah, there you
go. Somebody told me to say that Tractor Supply got 20 cases of that.
Yeah.
And sold 6 this morning.
6 cases. Nice. I also got we also got some medicine in case our aquarium fish get sick.
We have a prescription now at the farmers. We have to have a prescription now at the farmers co-op. See, I know for a while they had done that with the wormers and stuff. You have to do it from
and push the content to YouTube. I didn't know that. I know you have to pay with Rumble. You have to pay for a membership in order to be able to stream, and I haven't done that.
Well, depending on how all this goes, we may be strictly on Rumble from here on out. I don't know.
We'll see if that's the case. Yeah. So what have you guys been doing this week? Because it's been a week since we talked. What are you doing to be prepared? We have done. You've made bone broth. We did oven canning for the first time.
Elderberries, elderberries, more elderberries.
Elderberry syrup. Did you process any elderberries this week?
Yes.
Yeah. And you dehydrated oregano.
Oregano today, yesterday, today. I don't know. Everything's blending together.
Prayer. Indeed, prayer. Yeah.
I'm definitely I'm researching some medicinal herbs. So I've been kind of looking more into that on what to do with like the echinacea thing.
Thrifty, that
I'm
sounds
learning
cool.
so much stuff, you
A
guys.
half bus. My daughter's buying me a half bus so I can leave Brooklyn. Good for you.
I was thinking, okay, when you said half bus, I was thinking somebody cut the bus in half long ways. I was like, why would anybody buy a half bus like that?
It only turns right.
Okay, that was just like a mental picture that popped in my head all of a sudden. So as y'all's electric bill increased, a lot of people around me.
We're on levelized billing, so
ours has gone up a little bit. It's more due to the fuel charge, but Entergy. See, we're on Entergy here, and
solar panels.
We did get the new. What are they called?
Praying. That's good.
Electronic meters or
the digital
meters. There you go.
The ones that they can turn off with the.
I thought of the front half of the bus on.
Computer
Yeah,
somewhere.
see, I don't know why. That's the picture that popped into my head. It's like somebody cut a bus down the center, and my first thought is, well, why would you want to buy that, and how would you drive it? Especially if you got the wrong side of the bus. Smart meter. There you go. Smart meter. I'm going to upgrade my solar the next couple of weeks and think about cutting the switch. That's a good idea. Yeah, we really need to do some more. What are you looking for?
That Andrographis paniculata. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Bless you. What is it?
It's an herb. It's a healing herb.
Give me that.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, talk.
Make me spend money, people. Dustin says tumor meter.
I don't know what it is.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to keep up with this chat. I'm really trying, y'all. Fuel charge is a hoax. Green energy costs considerably more, and they're trying to cover the cost and make people dependent on the government for assistance.
No, I'm not surprised there.
Probably.
I took a screenshot, and you're going to send that to me later.
Oh, all right.
Made a bath bomb. Got to stay clean and germ free. Yeah. Living without water because the cutoff valve for ice maker water line popped off. Oh, Mary Beth.
Oh no.
That's not good. Canning meat for the first time. Awesome, Christine. Freeze drying and downsizing. I don't have a freeze dryer, but I guess if we could share the cost with with people.
It might be too late for that though.
Yeah.
For that to pay off.
Antiviral use for many health problems. I'm going to look more into that, Josie. Thank you for that. I'm looking into some of the herbs that I already have here. I want to know more of what to do with them. So I'm learning how to make the infused oils, and I want to make salves because, we have the bees, so we have the beeswax.
So the three recommended vitamins, and there's more stuff that's recommended. You guys feel free to add, but the recommended is vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc for sure. Well, vitamin C and zinc are in the elderberry syrup that we make, and vitamin D comes from the sun, at which I do not lack.
Oh, yeah. Permanent tan lines. Permanent clothing.
But we also have
If
those
you can't tell. with the-
vitamins in pill form, tablet form. So vitamin D is shown to reduce the severity. Okay.
Oh, well, then I should be good. I'll just barbecue myself out in the sun. That's not hard to do in our heat. We're under heat advisories again, by the way.
Yeah. We're in the brutal part of the year. And look, when I opened up Google,
Is there not a brutal part of the year?
how do I get out of this? Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, that's in the north. Oh, that's Tropical Storm Henri, which is Henry with an I, could impact the northeastern U.S. this weekend. And it's looking.
Allison,
Not
that's
good.
your area.
Where it's showing it in
Around New York.
New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, right in that area.
Oh.
So anybody who's in that area, you may want to look into that.
We're downsizing too. Wait, air? What? Oh. John said, air, water, food, shelter. Can you cover all these Can you cover all bases? As far as air, I'm not wearing a mask.
That's a
So
start. Water. It's impossible. Not for everyone. I mean, but it's nearly impossible to store all the water you would need for long term. So what we have done is we have some cases of half liter
mhm.
drinkable water. We have some 1 gallons, and we have water filters and a rainwater catchment system and access to a pond and different things like that. There's just multi-layered, like Shrek. Like Shrek is an onion, you know? There's just all these layers.
Yes, bub. I agree, but I'm not reading that out loud. Oh,
we need to do another food pantry or prepper pantry video, not live stream, because not everybody watches the live streams, especially not start to finish, because we
ramble.
tend to get really long-winded. And what was the other
Live
thing?
near Clear Creek and bought a life straw like the military uses. Actually, yeah, the life straws are great. We have quite a few of them actually.
Oh, shelter.
IBC totes have tripled. Wow.
The cost? Is
Yeah,
that what you
that's
mean?
what it says.
Yikes. Kate.
Oh man.
Uh,
But yeah, we have the pond, which is not clear drinking water by any means, but we do have access to sand, and we know how to make charcoal.
we have lots of coffee filters.
Right. Coffee filters is a good thing to be able to filter like the bigger pieces. I mean, you can
Like,
use
you
just
could-
a kitchen
You could extend
filter.
the life of your
a
life.
kitchen strainer.
Extend the life of your water filter, whether it's a Sawyer or Life Straw or whatever kind of water filter you have. What do we have? Aquapure? Is that the name of it? Berkey, whatever it is. Extend the life of it by first filtering out the large particles out of the water through coffee filters.
Azure? No.
Simpson's
See, you
here.
messed me up.
Hello, all, not Abby.
I have lots of sheets.
Alexa-
That's a great
Alexa
idea.
Pure.
Alexa Pure. That's
What did I say?
I don't know. Lots of sheets. Sheets, old blankets, old
Hey, Mama Z. What's
older towels or anything like that you can use to filter water, and those are washable items.
Yeah.
Wash and reuse.
All right.
Great idea, Kate. Like, let's tell him. Okay.
Vision Acres is here.
Yeah, there's tons of different things that you can do to pre-filter water.
Oh, with moss. Good idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, Bub.
No, Bub. Even if they're clean, I don't think I would do that. I think I'd rather drink dirty pond water.
No.
I just you can use gravel and sand and charcoal and run your water through that and get it filtered pretty decently. Yes, you're still going to have to boil, so you need to have a place to have a fire or something along those lines. Making shade, you can make clothing from there's tons of things that you can do with older sheets, and I say old sheets, it's not the sheets that you're using on your bed right now. That's what I call old sheets. They're just not being used at the moment. They might be an extra pair, everything is old. It's usually the hand-me-downs that we replaced.
The stuff in the news has really gotten to me this week.
Mm-hmm. That would be the mosquito plane.
Sure, y'all can hear that.
They're old.
Yeah.
Using them, right?
Crop duster spraying for the mosquitoes.
Some of our sheets don't actually have holes in them when we replace them. They're just kind of thin. They wear thin, especially where your feet go. I don't know if we kick a lot or what, but it's like really thin in that area.
I think our feet are rough.
Could be.
And it wears it. I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, this week is really taking its toll.
But
spray plane.
Right. But John, I couldn't imagine. Well, I could. After the hurricanes, when those services were not available, when the truck or the planes were not spraying for mosquitoes, not a good life.
Oh man. Oh, see, I was talking about the sheets, Courtney. I was not talking about the underwear.
No, that's Courtney's husband.
Oh, I did read it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains more.
Courtney is Courtney's husband's wife.
Sorry. That explains it though, because normally Courtney doesn't talk like that. So it was kind of throwing me off balance.
Yeah.
But this whole week has been off balance, so y'all bear with me.
What else did we do? Oh, we went to Lafayette.
That was an awesome trip.
We met with the urban naturalist. If you haven't seen that video, that was really cool. Great experience.
Use old sheets on our rain barrels on the farm. For what?
Oh, is that to like pre-filter? Sounds like a good idea. Filter it before it goes in, I bet.
That's not very smart here.
Maybe to keep the mosquitoes from laying eggs in it.
The mosquitoes would make sense, but the pre-filtering wouldn't, because they're going to get algae in the tank.
Yeah, but it's to keep the big chunks of stuff out, leaves and whatnot.
Another good filter medium is aquarium gravel. Filters out a lot of large. Smart.
Yeah. So Nathan says keep some.
Well, we have a screen on ours for the mosquitoes. The sheets on my bed are covered in dog fur. Yeah.
Yeah, algae needs light to grow. Yeah. There's a little bit of light allowed through those blue barrels because I haven't done anything
for
with
bugs. Them. It's used for the garden, so it doesn't set long. Okay. Yeah. Window screen
and a lava rock. Yeah, I have window screen where the downspout goes into the barrel. I have that wrapped in window screen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it stops some stuff. You're still going to get some things in the water, but like I said, we can always use a kitchen strainer or, some sort of rock, sand, or anything like that. Even coffee filters, you know, to pre-filter the water before we run it through the water filtration system. Or even before just boiling it. Because I mean, let's be honest, there's a few pieces of dirt in the water that I have to drink, and that's between life and death.
Yeah.
I'm eating some dirt, y'all. I mean, that's all there is to it.
So we did some oven canning this week. And
that was all Sean's fault. He started it.
Yeah, we watched Sean's video, rewatched Sean's video, North Shore Preparedness. And we did
that's pretty fun, by the way.
We did some half gallons of all-purpose flour and pintos, and what else did we do? Grits. We have a lot of grits.
That's a southern thing.
And the reason why we did it that way is because the flour that we had stashed away in the pantry, one of the containers ended up with bugs in it because we had not done either. You can do either the oven canning method, or you can freeze it for a certain amount of time, from what I understand. We try to go toward shelf stable here, because one of the things that we really prep for is power outages after a hurricane.
Yeah. So our freezers are full at the moment, and we really don't have the freezer space to be putting bags of flour in there.
And we also did some cornmeal. Mm-hmm. We didn't do rice because we go through a lot of rice quickly. That's in 5-gallon buckets here.
Yeah, when Sean says, what on earth would I do with a 5-gallon bucket of rice? I'm over here watching his live stream going, gumbo.
Feed us for about
a week. No, not a week.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, goodness, but
not that much.
We go through some serious rice in the South.
Yeah, I mean that's a Cajun thing, though. Rice, everything's over rice here, or rice is part of the dish. Mm-hmm. Rice and gravy, jambalaya, gumbo,
coubillon,
boudin.
Yeah, everything. Oh Lord, everything has rice.
Everything is rice. Never trust the skinny Cajun.
Temperance, put a jar of old dirty water next to an empty jar, and put bandanas in both jars.
You have 5-gallon buckets for rice.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
What is that?
Temperance, put a jar of dirty water next to an empty jar. Put a bandana in both jars.
It wicks.
The bandana wicks the water into the empty jar and filters it.
Nice.
That's pretty smart. How'd you end up with such a smart kid, Samson?
What happened? No.
That's a really cool idea, though. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah, and I've heard of that before.
Put rice in the freezer for 2 weeks, then store it in old creamer bottles with tops. Tape close it. Okay. I love that idea, Kate, but I really we buy rice by the 25-pound bag. So I'd have a lot of coffee creamer containers, which I already do, but
you can freeze something for 3 to 7 days. After that, leave it out for a few days before you store it. Okay. So there's Courtney's husband's wife.
Hi, Courtney. I thought you were your husband. I thought your husband was you a while ago. I can't even talk right. I don't know. He messed me up. It was weird. I was like, why is he asking this? Why is he saying? Why is she saying stuff like that? It's just so not like her. And then when you said it was her husband, like, duh.
Hey guys, if you would, don't forget to like the video if you do like it, or put a thumbs down if you don't like it.
Amy is tired tonight and can't talk. Yeah, Amy is. Yep. I've had a really long week. It's trying to keep up with everything and catch up on canning and storing, and I'm trying to reorganize some things in the pantry because I had a shelf that didn't want to hold up all my canning jars, it was kind of like bowing in the middle.
It was starting to. It was almost a catastrophe.
So yeah, I had to move some things around. So that's been a whole heck of a lot of work this week, on top of trying to reconfigure all the canning, and of course the elderberries are in season. I'm trying to harvest as many herbs and things like that as I can. Um, I oh, there's a bucket on the floor over there of peppers that I collected, and I got to do something with those too.
Sorry. I took
Dang
the
it.
opportunity when I was off screen. I yawned and it made you yawn. Sorry.
All of my shelves are bowing. I need to reinforce them. Yeah, I just I took some of the load off of them for now, but we're gonna have to reinforce them some kind of way because I still have empty jars, and that's not okay.
We need to fill them. We need to fill them.
I know, but I have to
'Cause-
have somewhere to put them in order to fill them.
I mean, we've got jars full of air. We'll be able to breathe.
I did can some water.
Yeah. You know, after the hurricane, after the hurricane, we received some aluminum cans of water because the beer distributor or the beer bottlers, whatever,
It's the distributors.
they stopped making beer for a little while, and they start packing just plain water for disasters. And we got some of that, and that is so weird. It's so weird to drink just flavorless plain water from.
It's not flavorless
aluminum
though.
can.
It tastes like an aluminum can. I don't
Strange.
like it.
I was glad to
can
have it.
water
Don't
it.
get me wrong.
I
but
can water every time I can something. Good thing you can do. Either hot water bath. Yeah. See, that's what I did. I didn't have enough jars to fill up my canner with broth.
yeah.
So I added some water to some jars, and now I have like 3 quarts of water. But that can come in handy after the storm. It can be, you can use it as sterile water for like cleaning a wound.
Yeah.
Just I'm confused. Okay.
What?
Nope. It was a bub comment. I'm not.
Are we coming to the picnic? Oh, she's talking to Mary Beth.
Mary Beth.
We're still not sure if we're going. We were so excited about going, and now we're not sure.
Yeah. Well, with all the restrictions and new mandates in place, and things are changing so quickly, we're really trying to kind of play watch and see at the moment.
With our governor being a totalitarian ass, who knows?
Okay, now we're gonna get dinged.
It'll be worth it.
If you need the can, wait. If you need.
What happened?
If you need to, you can wait. You can put the water in something else and use the jars.
Oh,
They're already sterilized.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm getting it, Kate. I was like my head kept wanting to put the word can in places where there wasn't a word. If I don't have enough jars of meat, I do jars of dry beans, same prices. That's very smart, Christy. And I used to think, well, who on earth would want to do dry beans? Why would you want to cook beans and keep them in a jar?
Because then they're ready to eat.
They're ready to eat.
Yeah.
I think it was Kate that answered that question, because I was like, we have buckets of beans. Just soak them and cook them, and but that's one of those things that we were raised doing. You didn't eat beans out of a can very often.
We eat pork and beans out of a can.
Why is that?
Barbecue beans.
Right,
Yeah.
but like pork and beans are not, they're in a whole different classification of bean.
Because they're tasty in a can.
But I guess, I don't know. But like, my grandma would not eat
Hey, Lisa.
rice and beans if those beans came out of a can. She could tell you that it did.
Oh, wow. Because she didn't cook them, or they weren't cooked like a Cajun woman would.
I don't know. Red beans and rice are ready in 10 minutes instead of 4 hours. It doesn't take that long, does it?
Mm, red
Well,
beans, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
To
if you count,
pre-soak,
if you count
yeah.
the soaking and all.
I cheat though. We put them soaking overnight before bed. So
Mama Z says love to do love to can pork and beans. I've done the red beans. Yeah, we haven't done any beans. Well, we did green beans, but that don't count. Pork and beans would be cool to
because the can might make the
'cause
beans
I have no
taste
idea.
better. That's possible, yeah.
I have no idea like what all goes in pork and beans to make them porkin'.
Isn't that just it would be pork, dummy. God. I just can't. Shoot. What kind of beans are those? Are those pintos?
No, they're small white beans, I think it is. Let me go look.
Are you kidding me? It's a brown bean.
It's brown once it's cooked and flavored.
What do you do with humidity and your pantry goods with power outages? Most of our like dry goods and stuff like that are canned. They're oven canned. We do have some boxed meals and stuff. We kind of take our chances on those. They are in totes usually. So
Bush's is navy beans.
Samson just said pork belly, navy beans, and tomato sauce.
That's it. I'm sure spices and brown sugar.
Well,
and all that
no,
stuff too.
the brown sugar is only in the ones that you buy that are flavored with brown sugar. Just saying. Because some of them are honey. Well, that's not going to have brown sugar in it.
I don't know.
Oh, that's right. You guys are in Arkansas now, right?
Oh yeah.
I would recommend with the humidity and things like that. I would definitely, if you can, freeze things. But you guys aren't going to have the hurricane issues that we do. But as far as the dry goods, you either going to freeze them or you're going to oven can them. And with the oven canning, you can do any dry goods. I wouldn't do sugar though, because sugar is not a
sugar. We found out last week because we asked Sean. Sugar would melt.
Right.
Not good.
So I wouldn't do like sugar, brown sugar, things like that. But you can do any type of bean, grits.
I bet you could do potato flakes. We haven't tried it, but I'm sure.
I don't see why you couldn't.
Rice, beans.
If
grits.
I get tropical storm power, kind of when it comes up. Really?
Huh.
They're in Tennessee.
What else? What else did we do? We did some lentils. We did grits and
I like lentils
cornmeal. That's
for
and flour.
Sprouting.
Yeah.
Lentils sprout really easy. Now, one thing we're going to be trying as soon as I can get his butt out to the garden to help me.
Yeah, guys, it's hot. It's freaking brutal.
Yeah.
Out there.
We're going to be planting some red beans as a fall crop to see how they do. And if I can find those rattlesnake beans, I'm going to plant those too.
Oh, Drop says lard.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Well, see, bacon grease can be stored without refrigeration. I didn't know that. I'm not 100%.
We refrigerate ours because we don't filter it to get the bits out. If you filter it,
no. But I like the little bits.
Yeah, me too. But that's what would cause it to go rancid. From what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, you guys are in Kentucky and still get tropical rainstorms, right? But you guys don't have the widespread, like long-term power outages that we do. That's what I'm getting at. That's why we try not to store too much stuff in our freezers, because with the power outage, that means the freezer is out. Yes, bacon grease. I actually made a whole, what was it, 2 pounds of bacon bits the other day, just so I could have that.
It was just a whole thing of bacon. And it was Wright's brand bacon. That's the good stuff.
I filtered mine and it still went rancid. Of course, it was 2 years old by then. Well,
Oh.
okay. If it lasted 2 years, man, how'd you let it last for 2 years? I cook with that stuff probably every day, every meal. We get the ice storm power out. There you go. That's because y'all crazy and y'all live up in the snow.
Shoot, I bet his weather on
I
the
know. I know.
like a average on average. I bet their weather is better than ours.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Minus the especially minus the hurricanes.
Yeah.
But then y'all have like tornadoes and weirdness and
At least with hurricanes, you get some warning.
yeah, well,
All right, so it's been almost an hour,
is it really?
and
Wow.
I'm whooped.
We don't get snow usually. Just
Uh,
see snow, ice, it's all the same.
Mm.
It's cold.
All right, so anybody who has prayer requests, I do. I have a prayer request. Pray for the good people of the world to not be suckered in. Pray for God's people. And pray for those who are not God's people to begin to seek Him.
Mhm. Yeah.
Prayers for Nathan and his family. Praying for the people in Afghanistan and Haiti.
Oh, Kate's dad fell.
Oh no,
Not doing well.
definitely prayers for Kate's dad.
And for David.
Our niece Rayleigh, the one that we were homeschooling last school year, she fell at the playground and she's in a sling now with her left
Yeah,
arm.
they don't think anything is broken, so
she's just gonna make sure it's gonna be all good. So prayers for Rayleigh. For
man.
Patty's daughter.
Got you, Tori. I'm gonna go through the chat after this is over. It's easier for me to scroll through the chat and type everything out.
Mama Z has an aunt in ICU with COVID. Prayers for her and
Warren.
her health.
Friend Todd broke his wrist and had surgery to put in plates for support. That's gotta hurt. That's a bad break.
Yeah, prayers for him, Warren.
Daughter looking for a home. Oh man.
For Christy's daughter. Oh, mine and Buddy Co is here. This is the first time seeing you. Hey, Henry. Nunya, Texas is here.
I told the doctor I thought Dad had a concussion, but he didn't want to send him to the hospital, so we're watching him close.
GAGNE Farms. Is it Gagne or Gain? I don't know if I'm saying
awesome.
Neither
Courtney's
of those may be right.
Help me. Courtney's husband.
What about it? What?
Donald? No.
Dustin.
I always get those two mixed up because they both start with D.
Ganya. Oh, I was way off. Ganya Farms.
Okay. Dustin said, thanks for the prayers last week. The things seem to be going in the right direction for my family now. That's awesome.
Good.
That's awesome. Sometimes the least that we can do is pray. And most times it's the most important thing we can do.
Ganya Farms, I know the feeling though, because Broussard Homestead is hard for a lot of people. Broussard.
Ask Mac.
What is it? Yeah. Broussard. Prepper Nurse 1 said bronze. I forget how he said it. Bronze Star or something. I don't know what he said. Of course, he's trying to read his chat so fast because he's got like 2,000 people in it.
Well, a lot of people butcher it terribly, but yeah.
Broussard, right? So simple.
I have a friend with a broken wrist, and she put me to work today. Wow. Requesting prayer for David. His breathing is getting harder every day. Yeah. You guys stay on our prayer list. Kate, I don't know what it was. Maybe David needed some extra thoughts today because he was on my mind for a while. So he got a little extra prayers. So don't be jealous. Sister seems to be going down further.
All right. So,
Yep.
guys, I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We had a nice full chat, and you helped us to kind of get recentered after that
Craziness.
crazy what was the school board meeting.
Oh, I was fired up. I was really fired up, and this has helped to calm me back down, and hopefully I'll be able to sleep tonight.
We appreciate you. So with that, we wish you blessings.
I got you,
and a
ban
great
everything.
week. And we love you guys.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye now.
God bless.